All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Wow, this has been a fun ride, and I am still on it, man. This is absolutely fantastic. Yes, I'm going to give you a follow-up on the Nord N20. Been using this regularly too. Really nice device. Fantastic. I love it. But for now, let's talk about the OnePlus 10 Pro, which I've had for a little about a month or so. So, how do I feel about this device? First, let me go ahead and say, because I remember your comments in a lot of the videos that I produce, and some of them stick out and some of them don't, but some of them are obviously very direct. Do you recommend this device? Yes, I do. The hardware on this thing is absolutely fantastic. You've got a 6.7-inch display on here. You've got a 1440 by 3216. These are all the techie specs. Basically, you have a very high resolution display on a 6.7 inches. And it is a curved display. It is absolutely fantastic. Very bright, vivid, punchy. I really love watching content on here. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, aside from this beautiful display, you do have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside of this bad boy, and it is absolutely great. Easily can go a full day with this. Sometimes I go longer than a full day, but those days are like almost 2 days, but the screen on time, if you want to measure screen on time, is like 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. I personally try to avoid measuring screen on time because I think it's about how long the device lasts and is it there when I need it. So the hardware on here is just absolutely fantastic. I will try to remember at the end of this video or some point in this video along the lines to answer your questions about this and the Pixel 6 Pro and things like that, because I get so many questions like that. It's incredible. So yeah, this hardware is great. The cameras are absolutely fantastic on here. While they're not Pixel 6 or 6 Pro photo quality, they are absolutely great. I took some photos and posted it online, and a lot of you guys love them. Like, whoa, I can't believe that's a OnePlus. And I use the watermark so you can actually see that the date and time and that it's coming from this device. But nonetheless, it is fantastic, man. It is just a fantastic piece of hardware. The perfect size for a larger device. It's very narrow, which I really like. I think this is a premium feeling device. It looks really premium as well. I didn't know about how I'd feel about this camera module, but you know what? It is actually really, really sleek. So hardware wise, it could be like a 8.5 to a 9. It's really, really solid. Really like it. And the reason it's a points off is because I don't like these shiny sides. I like a matte. At any cost, if I could have matte on the hardware, I love it. So, hardware, screen, this entire package, the battery, all great. And yes, I recommend this device to the people who are saying, would you recommend it? Absolutely recommend this device. Now, let's talk about something that you guys want to talk about, which is the RAM and the storage. I've marked this down as a complete con, or somewhat of a con for a lot of techies out there. But for some people, like I'm a tech enthusiast, and I'm rolling right along with 128 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and 8 gigs of RAM. I think I have it already loaded up. Yeah, here we go. Some people are indifferent about this. They don't like this. They wanted the actual physical RAM. But virtual RAM just uses a piece of your storage. And technically, this is a 13 gigabyte of RAM device. It uses it when it needs to, and it'll affect the storage. If you have storage available, this is what you have. It does have the 8th gen processor in here. You can see my storage there. I'm using 42 gigs, basically 42.5 gigs of the 128 gigs. So you can see, even me as the tech enthusiast that I am, most of the time storage is just a want for a lot of people. I'm not saying you don't need, because my S22 Ultra, I got that in a 512 gig because, and I got my iPhone 13 Pro Max at the higher storage because I knew I would use them for a lot of recording and footage, and it was an option. Now, if it was an option for this, or they would have given more storage, I appreciate it. But they don't have an option for the US. They have a 512 gig white version, but it's for China only. But you know, it is what it is. I was definitely going to get that one, but I wanted to take full advantage of the networks here in the US, and I didn't want to risk it. So, you know, this performance on this thing has been absolutely fantastic, man. The software on here is great. No ifs, ands, or buts whether or not I like the performance on here. I just don't have any issues with it. The only time I've had somewhat of an issue is when I'm playing this Dream Blast by Angry Birds. Sometimes that CPU, I could turn that off. Sometimes that just keeps loading and loading and loading, and it just keeps dropping down. I have to restart the game for the performance version. For the performance on the thing, for the gaming, it kicks it up a notch, and I guess it's in some kind of a loop or something like that. But other than that, the software and hardware, software is no problems whatsoever. I've had no issues with software, and I believe I'm on the March security patch. It's crazy because I'm on the March security patch. Yeah, I'm on the March security patch, and on my Nord N20, I'm on the April security patch. So that's crazy. Let's see here. But this is also on Android 11 too, when you think about it. Yeah, April 5th, but it's on Android 11, and this is on Android 12. So, it's good that this is getting updates, and I'm sure if it does well, they'll update it to Android 12 at some point down the line. But the hardware, the software, the performance, everything, check the box. Now, the cameras have always been good to me since I got it, because I've been in total shock that OnePlus finally has a phone that can compete with cameras. Take a quick coffee break. So, this is, in fact, the best set of cameras that I feel OnePlus has ever offered. Now, I do have the OnePlus 9. I've already compared them. I think these cameras look worlds better. You might see other reviewers that say the 9 is the better purchase, and the 9 has the better cameras. Again, folks, this is all perspective of the person posting the content. You have to remember that. Good coffee. So, when it comes to cameras, a lot of times it's like 95% subjective, but sometimes cameras are just bad. They're just bad. And one thing I like about these cameras, as you go into cameras, you now have these options to edit the bottom row here, which I think is really sweet. You can edit this and you can bring things down. So I added the dual video. You see I added night. You can take away things and then put things in place. I think it's really cool. So a lot of these, obviously the video and photo come standard. The night is there. I added the dual video, I believe, and I think I added the night. I'm not sure. I forgot which one I added or removed, but I like the fact that you can, hey, there I am. Look, there's the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I like the fact that you can edit these and add these. You also have long exposure, the fisheye, slow motion, pro. You have all these things, and X-Pan is actually really nice too. You have all these things that offer value to consumers and tech enthusiasts in the camera section, and I think that's something that people often forget about. There's two types of people buying these devices. People who are financing them on carriers are probably not tech enthusiasts, and some people who are buying them directly from OnePlus are probably not tech enthusiasts. They're just people who, like the brand, and they heard about it, and it was recommended, whatever the case may be, they're buying it. So all these things combined, there's several different types of people taking photos and taking video. So the performance that OnePlus has given as an upgrade with the Hasselblad system on here is absolutely great. I have no complaints. Now, one area that I think is very, it's improved a lot is the battery. The battery is really solid on here. I mean, I genuinely could go a day and a half most of the time. And like I said before, I think I talked about battery already. I might have grazed over it, but as you can see here, 40% left. Can last like another 12 hours, and it's been off the chargers for almost a day and a half. So, and then I told you that screen on time is between 5 and 6 hours. I think I said that earlier, but if I didn't, normally with my usage, I get 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, and I can go almost 2 days. Now you can definitely get 9 to 10 hours, 12 hours out of this probably, but the phone won't last 2 days more than likely. Battery life is a strong suit of this device, and I really, really, really enjoy it. I think more importantly, if in fact you are a person who was trying to decide on this device, because I'm going to answer some of your questions now about the Pixel 6 Pro. So the Pixel 6 Pro is a device that I really like. I like the Pixel 6 size a lot better, but I favored the Pixel 6 Pro because of the curved display and just the rounded feel of it a lot. But it's still, when compared to this device, I like this device better. I think the hardware is better. I think the overall experience is better. I've had no issues with this device overall with the software, and with the Pixels, my Pixel 6 that I purchased, it had fingerprint issues, and then it started to have some of the issues that the Pixel 6 Pro had after about 3 weeks. So while the Pixel 6 Pro and Pixel 6 are great devices, I like this better. I don't know why people are so shocked that I say that, and then people go against that. I know what it is. I think people think, oh, because I say I'm Team Pixel, I'm just going to praise the Pixel because Google sends me one or not, or I purchase one. That's just not how it works. I try to be as neutral as possible. And this device, to me, is the better option if you're choosing the Pixel 6 Pro or the OnePlus 10 Pro. I think this is the better one. Either you want very good photos and great video on this, or you want great photos and very good video. Because the trade-off now is going to be hardware, and the software is the same to me. It's smooth, buttery smooth, fast. This hardware is better than the Pixel 6 Pro. I still kind of I'm shocked sometimes when I see Pixel fans getting a little salty because over here you can watch anyone you want online. You're going to get their view on it. And I always tell people, this is my perspective on this. I try to be as neutral as possible. You'll get people to say, you'll hear some people say that the OnePlus 9 Pro is still a better phone than this. I don't think so. I think the OnePlus 9 Pro's cameras are beneath this one. And then the overall hardware on here, I think is better than the OnePlus 9 Pro. Personal preference. But, the Pixel 6 Pro is a nice device. I chose to sell it. And I chose to sell my Pixel 6 that I bought. Google sent the Pixel 6 Pro. I use it as long as I can use it, give you as much footage as I can give you. And then I said I'm going to get rid of it. Once I saw this device, I said, I got to get this device and I got to try it out. And it turns out that I actually really like this device. This is way better than what I thought it was going to be. So that's the shock and awe for me. I'm surprised that I actually can run full throttle with a OnePlus device. I'm surprised at how much I really like a OnePlus device. I'm shocked because I like OnePlus devices. I genuinely do. However, most of the time, there's something with the cameras. And now, it's not. There's nothing with the cameras. I just like the device. So after a month or so, and obviously I've gotten way more questions than that. Some people genuinely, why, hey, listen, a lot of the questions you're asking, folks, and some of the comments are all about emotion. You have to go out and purchase what you want to try out, just like I do. I just happen to post YouTube videos. You might not, but you still have the same options as me. Go out, buy the devices, try the ones you like, keep the ones you like, and don't keep the ones you like. That's all I do. It's your man Jay. If you guys enjoyed 1 month with this wonderful device, it has just totally surprised me. Software, hardware, cameras, performance, battery. Is there anything else? Again, I know you guys are going to say, oh, it only has 8 gigs of RAM. Well, it does give you the optional virtual RAM, up to 5 gigabytes. Stop complaining about it, I guess. If you don't like it, keep it pushing. Because I think a lot of these people who are talking about that, what I've learned over the years of posting and putting myself out there on YouTube is that a lot of the conversations I hear are from people who never even own the device. And that's just a fact. Like 99% of the people talking in the comments don't even own the device, and they're going on what somebody else is saying. And I'm owning the devices and all these devices that I have, and I'm telling you that this is a major player in the game. It is a major player for so-called flagship devices. It's just a beautifully put together device, and it performs absolutely great. This is a fact for me. May not be a fact for you, but I'm telling you, this is a wonderful device, and I highly recommend you try it. 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage. The storage is the only con, like straight up con that I can think of that's I consider a con for me, because it would have been nice to have a 256 gig option, or at least a 512 for the US models. It's your man Jay. If you guys enjoyed, leave a comment down below if you're using the OnePlus 10 Pro. You let me know what you think about it. How do you like it so far? Is it your daily driver? This is one of my daily drivers. I'm testing out another phone, so I had to swap my SIM card out of here, but it'll be going back in. So, do you like it? Do you love it? Did you find it? This is the unlocked version, and I bought it from Best Buy because at launch it wasn't available in green from OnePlus. It was like my order was like a month out, and so I walked right into a OnePlus store and got this. A Best Buy store and got this. So I think, did I order? I don't remember. I got it from Best Buy though, and it's an unlocked version, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got this color. I didn't like the other color as much. It was just no pop about it. As you can see, I like to try to grab phones that have some kind of color to them nowadays, because nothing wrong with black phones or things like that. I just personally like to have some kind of flair to the device. Now, one thing I will do as well, I'll follow up on this case too. This is the case that I bought as soon as I got the device, because it didn't come with the case. You will see the video on that as well, probably launching around this or at some point or another. It's your man Jay. If you guys enjoyed, I'll see you in the next one. Links to purchase are down below. Take care.